Hey guys, Jared Wesley here of Live Traders, and it is that time of the week. It is lecture time, and this week's topic, guys, is called Obedience is Pleasure, okay? There's a lot of you guys out there breaking your trading plans, and in breaking your trading plan, in the moment, you think you're doing the right thing, and later on, what happens? You come to absolutely unequivocally regret it. And you're thinking, again, emotionally at the time, well, it's not going to hit that target that I thought it was going to hit. The market's pulling back against me. I need to get out, save a little bit of money here, get out while it's still green. And then yet, on the flip side, when they're red, you continue to let them go past your stop loss. So you're doing the exact opposite of what you should be doing. So obedience is pleasure is about following your trading plan. So we're going to go over some text slides as well as some chart slides today. And I'm going to take a look at some trades I have taken over the last week or two where I've done things right and where I've done things wrong, okay? And you're going to see the cost of making these mistakes because many of you out there are probably taking enough good trades to make money. Some of you are better than others. You have more experience than others. But the biggest problem that's confronting you is either selling too soon or not taking your stop losses. And at the end of the month, it's costing you a shitload of money. Okay. I mean, a lot more money than you even think it's costing you. Okay. But the problem is many of you aren't tracking how much money it's costing you. So you don't really know how much money it's costing you. And then the rest of you are actually tracking it and you're going, if I could just follow my plan, I wouldn't have to go to work every day. I could stay at home and trade. Well, you're going to need to sort that out. And one of the ways you can do that is build a big time consequence system and have somebody hold you accountable to that consequence system. Find something that's so extreme, so severe that you would never want to make that mistake ever again. All right. So today's lecture is very, very, very important because it's at the crux of what most of you guys are doing wrong. And it's the reason most of you guys aren't able to do this by yourself for a living at home. And you're still taking that hour-long trek to work when you're going into a pissed off boss who tells you have to come in on Saturday and finish your TPS reports. That doesn't sound like fun. So you got to get in the mindset that obedience is pleasure, because at the end of the day, the money is what you're after. And I'm sure the emotions go like this, but what you're after is the money, and you have to continually remind yourself of this so that you don't have to take that drive to work and go to a pissed off boss and finish those damn TPS reports. All right, obedience is pleasure. We're gonna get into the lecture here in just a second. If you like these videos, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Click those notification buttons so you get emails every time I upload a new video. I'm Jared Wesley of Live Traders. Let's get to it. This week's lecture topic is called Obedience is Pleasure, okay? And you're going to come to find out by the time I finish this that obedience truly is pleasure in more ways than one. This goes outside of just the trading world because, well, a lot of things are affected by the trading world. Especially if you're looking to do this or aspiring to do this as a career, you might as well get used to seeing your boss's face every day or that 20-minute, 30-minute, 1-hour drive to work every day because you're not going to be a trader for very long if you don't learn that obedience truly is pleasure. So we have a pretty good mix today of some text slides as well as some chart slides. I'm going to go over a few trades that I've taken recently and some other stuff as well so that we can learn a little bit about why obedience is pleasure, okay? But before we do any of that, we have to dig into when will the insanity stop? When will it stop? Never is the answer, but that allows us to have some fun every week. This week's is an interesting one, I guess. It's less about the money this week and more about the attitude. And I just thought, well, if obedience truly is pleasure, this would be a good one to put into this week's presentation. All right. This person, well, I'm not really sure what to say other than maybe you're just not cut out for this type of career. I'm not even going to read these. I just want you to read them yourselves. I mean, this is a pretty interesting character. At 618, nice article about CTRM today, how Pedro is actually, well, blanking everybody on their shares, no buybacks, no nothing. He hasn't done nothing for the effing shareholders. He's just effing y'all. That's nice. That wasn't enough, though, because 1 minute later, it was kind of like I lost a lot of money on this piece of blanking. It was like one of those like just beep type things that I can't even read this on a straight face. That slimy blanking, Greek blanking, everybody's there, no doubt in my mind about it. Yeah, this is good stuff. And then, I lost a lot of freaking money on this damn stock. I think it's time to bankrupt this little Greek son of a, friend. Then just CTRM. As if, we didn't catch that from the 4 earlier diatribes that you put out there. So again, maybe you're just not cut out for this type of career. And that's where I leave with this, okay? Because, what else can you say to this? If you're that upset over one stock, one of 2 things has happened, okay? One of 3 things has happened. 1, you put way too much money into it, okay, if you're this emotional about it. 2, you're an idiot, which goes back to number 1 because you put too much money into it. Or 3, maybe you're just not cut out for this business. I just keep coming back to that last one. So I guess this just goes to money management. And if you're going to be this emotional about every position you take, whether it's long-term, short-term, 1-minute chart, or monthly or yearly charts, then this isn't for you. Okay, it's just not. All right, you can't act this way and have a clear mind and expect to actually be productive. It is what it is. It's okay, guys, if you want to get upset over a trade. Something, maybe you got shaken out of a trade. That's fine. You want to go throw a mouse across the room or a keyboard. I think it's stupid, but go do that. But if you're going to keep just commenting hour after hour, because this lasts like 4 or 5 hours, it's just ridiculous. Okay, so with that, most likely, like Ross said, there's just too many eggs in one basket. You have too much invested in one stock, and it's not even really invested. It's gambled in one stock. Okay. So just delusional. But anyway, let's dig in today. I think it's an interesting topic. And I'm going to relate it a lot to life and marriage today. So for the single folks out there, maybe it's not going to make quite as much sense to you. But if you ever hope to get married someday, maybe today is a good day to listen. All right, because I will absolutely talk 90% about trading, but I will relate it to life as well. So trading is like marriage, okay? Obedience is pleasure, okay? And now I don't want to be sexist about this, but I am speaking mostly to the men out there that obedience truly is pleasure. Again, this can relate to anybody, whatever your preference is and whatever relationship or whatever role you play in that relationship. But I'm going to relate it back to trading because I think, and part of it's funny and it's a joke, but we're really going to talk about serious stuff today. I mean that. Like, I may joke once in a while as I go through this, but we're going to end this on a very serious note. So this, to me, is what I see with myself and what I see with a lot of you guys out there, okay? This is what I see, all right? This is what trades look like before you get in them, okay? Right? I mean, this is. Otherwise, you wouldn't get in it. You're just sitting there and you're like, damn, that looks good. Or there's maybe a little FOMO there, okay? That's what a lot of people are seeing. Now, again, I'm not going to be completely PC. I didn't want to put Caitlyn Jenner in there. But you get the point. All right. This speaks to most people out there. There'll be some folks that perhaps I left out with this. But either way, before you get into a trade, if it didn't look good, you probably wouldn't have taken it. Now, there are always going to be exceptions where, it's like you're at a club and you're thinking, oh, that's not bad. And then the ugly lights come on and you're like, oh, snap, what was I thinking? That's the trade that looked good in the moment, but later on when you're, reviewing your trades in the evening, you're like, what was I thinking? Like, huh? So that happens too, okay? But most of the time, you get into a trade because you think it looks good, right? Just like marriage, most of the time you're like, why would you talk to that girl or that guy? Well, because probably there's some physical attraction there. I'm sure there's more to it than that. No, we're not all that shallow. I get it. But you understand what I'm getting at, all right? But what happens after you get into the trade? This is what trades look like after you enter, right? I mean, they're not supposed to, but that's your mental frame of mind, Okay? So you're sitting there going, man, this thing looks really, really good. Really, really good. I'm going to get in it. I'm going to get in Tesla, right? I'm going to get in Billy. And then as soon as you get in, oh my gosh, I left a little topping tail. Oh my gosh, I left a little red bar. Oh my gosh, the market's going against me. I mean, every possible negative thought that could go through your mind goes through your mind. And you're just sitting there like, how could I be so wrong? Right? So it's kind of like, this is where I'm going to get myself in trouble. It's kind of like marriage, you know? Mini skirts, high heels, ring, gone. Right? I mean, I'm going to get in trouble for that one. But, you know, there is definitely truth in that. Okay? But we all know you're different, right? Just like in trading, you're different. Okay? But this is a real thing. So again, I'll joke back and forth as we go on today, but I want to relate it to a serious topic because it's a topic that is costing you a lot of money. And it does relate to marriage too. But anyway, so you get into a trade, it looks like this, and then the question is, what do you do about it? Right? Do you sit and hold it? Do you get out because all of a sudden you're like, it just doesn't look good? Or is it that it still does look good, but your emotions are getting the best of you? Okay? So here's the truth of the matter. All right? You married the trade, man. You took it. You took it. Okay? Stand by it. For better or for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish till death do you part. You took the trade. You own it. That's it. Okay, lecture's over. I'm done. How does that really play out, though? Why is the divorce rate so high? Well, maybe we're just not cut out. Maybe trading is counterintuitive, right? The divorce rate's pretty high. We don't really stand by much in life, do we? Everybody talks about standing by their product, but how many actually really do? Not that many. You talk about how you're going to hold and follow your trading plan, but you don't. You talk about at the altar how you're going to be married till you both die, but the divorce rate's 40 or 50%. We talk a great game, but our actions speak louder than our words. And this is a fact in all areas of life. We're hypocrites. You'll do something, you'll break something in your house, or you'll say, I'm a good one at this. I'll admit this one, okay? If one of my kids spills something, I'm the first person to jump on them. Like, are you kidding me? Right? Especially at dinner when everything's all over the table. When I spill something, it's like, oh shit, that sucks, and I clean it up. We probably do the same thing, right? Well, in trading, it's like you can sit here and tell other people, give them advice on why they're struggling as a trader, and you're not following your plan, you're not following the rules, but then when it goes to your trading, well, you're doing all the same stuff, but you're acting like you're not, right? So we have to stop being hypocrites. We need to show some integrity, exactly, okay? So this isn't, and this is why I believe it's so hard for traders to do this, because we don't do it in life. You make a commitment, but then you don't honor the commitment. You kind of sort of honor the commitment when things are easy. But we always talk about integrity. Integrity is what? Doing the right thing even when it's tough, even when it's challenging, even when it's difficult. Most people crumble under that. It's why so few people are successful. They want to blame everybody else for it, but so few people are successful because they won't stick with something long enough. You married that stock, man. You married it. You took it. Whatever reason you took it for, did that reason magically just disappear, or are you just making up shit? You took it. Stick with it. All right? You took it. Stick with it. Now, here's the facts. A trading plan is like a wife. It's never wrong. Okay? Even when it is, it's just best to sit there and take it. Okay? Say, yes, dear, I understand, and go for a walk. All right? Trust me, you don't want to talk back to your plan. You most definitely do not want to step out on your plan, because if you cheat on your plan, you will regret it. I promise you, you will regret it. Your plan is never wrong. Even when it's wrong, it's not wrong. Do you understand where I'm going? Now, again, for the single folks out there, you guys are chasing butterflies right now. Like, I have no idea what this guy's talking about. Any person who's been married for more than a week knows everything I'm talking about right now. Okay? Sometimes, your spouse might be wrong. My wife's not, I'm looking around. She's not here, so she can't hear me saying that, okay? But she's probably getting this tingly sense right now, 5,000 miles away. It's not wrong. But it can be wrong, but it doesn't matter, is what I'm getting at. Your plan every once in a while will hose you down. It will. You'll follow it to the letter, and you'll have a bad week or a bad month, and you will be massively frustrated. You will. There's nothing you can do about it. That's your plan. That's it. If you step out on it, you'll regret it. Okay? If you cheat on it, you will regret it. I promise you. Unless you really love your boss and you love driving an hour to work every day and you love all the things that got you into trading. Think about what I just said. There's a reason you took up this business, right? There's a reason. And that's probably because you want something else in life. You want more time, you want more freedom, you want more flexibility, you want more money, you don't like your boss, you don't like your job, whatever. There's some reason you took this business up. Well, you better get used to all those things that you didn't like if you're not going to follow your plan, because it's never wrong. Ever. Not ever. Okay? All right. Now, let's talk about a few trades that I took recently. Okay? So, this is Facebook. This is from yesterday, right? Facebook moved up, pulled back, chopped around a little bit, and then moved higher and pulled back. And we got ourselves what looked to be a reasonable 2-minute buy setup. And even looking back at it, I don't have a huge issue with this trade, right? Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower highs, lower lows, bottoming tail doji bar. About it. I mean, if you take the top of the pivot to the bottom of the pivot, you're about a 50% retracement right there. You could make the argument that the new high here is not a strong new high, right? You could make that argument. But anyway, it pops up a little bit, chops around, okay? And remember, we gave this room. That's why some of you, for example, are looking at that bottoming and go, oh, you stopped out. No, we gave it room. We got in at 334.40 with a stop at 333.40. Okay? I actually got filled a few pennies about it. I think it was like 334.45 or something like that. Anyway. And then it chops around. What happens? It stops us out. Well, I risked $1,000 on this trade, and I lost $178.43. I beat my plan by $821.57. Good job, right? I did a great job. I mean, I saved myself $821. But I broke my plan. So, this is me. I don't care I broke my plan. I'm just awesome. I mean, I saved $821. Shh. My shit don't stink. I saved $821 damn dollars. Told you so. Told you Facebook wasn't going to work. You know what I mean? Because Facebook, I mean, it looked like this. And then it looked like this. And then it stopped out. But I only lost $178, so who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? I'm your daddy. But I broke my plan. But I'm awesome. So be honest for a second. The second you break your plan in a trade, what's the very first thing that happens to you? Anybody? Right after you break the plan. And I don't care what it is. Not cockiness. The first thing that happens is, I really hope, ... I really hope it doesn't hit target, ... I really hope this thing stops out. When you get out at break even, you're thinking, God, I hope it stops out. When you get out 20 cents before your target, 1 hour before your target on Mo, you're immediately hoping, God, I hope it doesn't go any higher. I hope it goes lower so I can justify my mistake. So I have reason to justify why I got out and save myself some money so that you can go back and say, yep, I am awesome. I was right. The need to be right is a powerful thing for traders. But what happens? Well, I have an 84% rule, re-entry rule in my plan. What happens? This thing comes back up at 11:30, 11:35, re-triggers 334.40. Stop is right here. I just drew this line all the way across. That was the original stop, and that's the stop here. Okay? Moves up, pulls back, moves up, pulls back. And just in case you're curious, this little pivot double bottom right there never went below break even. It stayed about 5 to 10 cents above break even. So never went below break even. Chop, chop, chop. Boom. Target on volume. Rip. Hi. My name is Jared, and I'm an idiot. I'm smarter than my plan, and I'm an idiot. I stepped out on my plan, and I regret it. Till death do us part. What do they say is the most expensive thing that you can do in your life? Other than buy a house? Get a divorce. Right? It is. Statistically speaking, getting a divorce is one of the single most expensive things that you can do to your life. Divorce your plan and see if it works out for you. Go ahead. Divorce your plan and see if it works out for you. I'm here to tell you it won't. Okay? It won't. Let's do it again. One wasn't enough. Okay? All right. So here we go. All right. Do it again. So, took a little long play here on coin yesterday at 216.25 with a stop at 214. Was this a great entry? Not really, no. It was a mediocre entry at best. Big bottoming tail was nice. Chopped around, engulfed the topping tail here. It would have had a little bit of a 4-bar play if these 2 bars were higher, but I'm not even here to justify the entry. It's not even the point, okay? 216.25, chops, 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 tanks. Stopped out. And I ended up losing $1,130. So I actually took slippage, and I lost a little more than 1 R, 1.1 R, something like that. Okay? And then you just sit there and you think, I'm awesome. Not because I feel good I stopped out, but now I feel awesome because, well, I followed my plan. You know, first time I felt awesome because I beat my plan and I know better. This time I feel awesome because, well, I followed my plan. You can't fault me, Jared. I didn't do anything wrong this time. You know what I mean? I didn't. Sigh. Then this happens. Okay? Stops out over here, chops, 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 comes back up, rips, and I mean rips higher, and then re-triggers right here. I saw it. I looked at it. I had enough time to take it. Why didn't I take it? Because I thought it was too extended, especially on the 5-minute chart. I looked at it on the 5-minute chart. This is a 2-minute, and I was like, holy shit, this thing's up like 5 or 6 bars in a row. Literally. I mean, look at the 2-minute here. There, maybe you could call that a red bar, maybe, but realistically, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 bars in a row up. Take a couple out. 14 out of 16 bars were green. It goes from 211 back to 216, a $5 move. And you're like, hell no, I'm not taking that. I think it's too extended. Guess what? For all you married guys, your wife wasn't asking. She was telling you. She wasn't asking you. She was telling you. Your plan isn't asking you to take the 84% reentry. It's telling you you have to. It's required of you. I don't care why you don't want to. You have to. No. Not me. I mean, remember, I'm awesome. Not me. I know better than my plan. I'm the man. Really? What's that line in Top Gun? Doesn't seem so in this case now, does it? What happens? Pops up, pulls back, and rips. There's your target. But I knew better because, well, hi, my name is Jared, and I'm an idiot. Again, your plan's not asking. It's telling you. Your spouse isn't asking. They're telling you. Okay? It's not up for discussion. The discussion is before you get into a trade, when the market's closed, and you're in a normal, straight frame of mind, then you make adjustments to your trading plan. They're not asking you in the middle of the trading day whether or not you should or shouldn't do something. That's why I get heated with people in the chat room when they ask those questions in the middle of a trading day, and you're like, well, what does your plan say? Why would you go to battle without a plan? You wouldn't. But this is what we do. We do it all the time. That wasn't good enough. We got to do it a couple more times. So now, then you throw in all that, and then you throw in just shit happens sometimes, right? Try to get 4,500 shares on a beautiful 4-bar play. Got 1,192. Shit. Wow. This is just really not a good day. So break plan once, break plan twice, break plan 3 times. You go, what do you mean, Jerry? Yeah. I did not re-enter Facebook. That's breaking your plan. I did not re-enter COIN, breaking your plan. And I got out of the first Facebook trade early, saved $821. That's 3 breakages in one day. And then on top of the 3 breakages, the market laughs and goes, okay, you want to mess with me? I'll show you who the boss is. Step out on your wife, step out on the market, step out on your plan, and you will regret it. So this is just the cherry on top, right? It's the cherry on top. Did everything right here. Nothing wrong whatsoever. Oh, well. So the question then is, how expensive is this? Well, take a look at how expensive one day can be. Actual 3 trades, right? I took MU, Coin, and Facebook yesterday. MU partial fill, I made 300. Coin full stop with slippage, I lost 1130.85. Facebook partial loss minus 178. I lost $1,008.47 yesterday. Okay, thankfully today was a really nice day, so whatever. What did the plan say to do? The plan took 5 trades. It took MU, Coin, and Facebook, just like I did, and then it got back in Facebook and back in Coin. Still made 300 on MU because of the partial. Still lost with slippage. Facebook would have been a partial, not a partial loss. Let's change that so it's correct. There we go. Full loss on Facebook. Okay. So all of a sudden, now 84% play. 84% play. Those are 1750 because I usually make about 1.75 R out of my winners. Result, plus $1,769.15. My result, minus $1,008. What's the net difference? $2,678. This is actually a little wrong. I think that's supposed to be 1669. I think that's correct if I'm doing the math right in my head. You guys can correct me on the math later, okay? Anyway, $2,600 was the difference between following and not following your plan on one day. Some people don't make that in an entire month. And that was just stupid mistakes on one day because I'm awesome. That's why, because I'm awesome. How awesome are you feeling now? It's not cheating, it's a strategy. Sure it is. Whatever you use to justify it, it's wrong. I don't care what the reason is, it's wrong. You don't step out on your plan. Not once. If you do it once, you'll probably do it twice. If you do it twice, you'll probably do it 3 times. And then you're going down a path of which you will get your hand caught in the cookie jar, and it will be an expensive mistake. To where you're probably going to continue that day job, probably going to get that divorce, and your world's upside down. Is it worth it? Not really. Just didn't have enough RAM. Right? So you think about all that. It's not cheating. It's a strategy. No, it's not. It's your ego. It's your fear of loss. Is stronger than your hope for gain. It's the need to be right. It's all these justifications you make on the fly in the middle of a day, and they're wrong. They're all wrong. Okay? Don't believe me? I'm the only one in the world who does this. Damn. I'm not. Me getting out of this trade early was the difference between making break even today and 1 R. Hopefully you can learn from me being stupid lately. It was stupid. Stop, minus -2. RBLX, or sorry, RETO, you're supposed to get 3R out of it. You got out at 159 for 2R, and then RBLX stopped again. You're down 1R today. You should be break even. It's $1,000. Could have been worse. I bring this up because Unwall does a pretty good job of following his trading plan most days. But even he will admit to you the past month and a half, almost every time he's broken his plan, it's cost him money. Are there times where he's beaten his plan? Of course, just like I did on Facebook. You will beat your plan. You'll be penny wise and dollar foolish. You'll win a couple battles, but you'll lose the war. I'll repeat it. You'll be penny wise and dollar foolish. You will win a couple battles here and there. Hell, you might even do it for an entire month. But you will lose the war. By the end of the year, okay? By the end of the year, you will have cost yourself money, okay? Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So just don't do it, all right? 17.34R this month. If I had only followed my plan, there you go. That's crazy, Martin. Here's another one. Last week, nice pattern, nice play. 78.64, stop $79, risk level $828, actual gain 801, trading plan 1,449, cost first trading plan 647. Emotions are expensive. So between Friday of last week, I think it was Friday, and just yesterday, that's a difference of about $3,200. Just in 2 days. Imagine the kind of damage you could do over a month or two, particularly if it happens to be a good month or a follow-through month. There are times, and I showed you guys this in professional trading strategies, where you might be off as much as 20 or 30 R in a month. Seriously, there are times when you might make 5 or 6 R in a month and your plan made 20 or 25 R. You're not going to ever get that back. It's gone now. It's not coming back. So why break your plan? All over emotions and ego? If you truly, truly got into trading because you wanted more freedom, or you wanted more money or flexibility, or you didn't like your job, if that's really why you got in, remind yourself of that all the time, every day, in fact. Because otherwise you're still going to be doing those other things for a very, very, very long time. Okay? Here's another example. And guys, I'm showing you this example because I understand. I get it. You guys got in over here on the buy setup. Your stop loss is down here. It literally went 3 cents from your target. Right? It missed your target yesterday on PLTR, last week, whatever it was, by a few cents. I remember how upset I was over it. And then it fully stops out. Right? Nothing you can do about it. Because obedience is pleasure. Trust me, the pain of that loss will be outweighed by the excitement and joy of the 20R you're going to make this month if you follow your plan. Right? That one night stand you had, it ain't worth it. The kids, the divorce, the house, the split bank accounts, the year in court, all that stuff, it ain't worth it. Take it on the chin. Say, I'll get the next one. The plan is never wrong. Not ever. Okay? Now again, I understand, guys, in your first year of trading, first 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is, we looked at this slide a couple weeks ago. Uncertainty, confusion, lots of mistakes. I get it. Roller coaster of emotions, excitement, losing streaks, winning streaks. Make money, lose money. You lack consistency. You build a plan, you break a plan. Constant adjustments and constant learning. You know what this is? Seriously, and listen to me for a second. This is dating. That's dating, okay? You're not sure. You meet a lot of people. You go to the bar. You do this, you do that, and you sow your oats. You do what you got to do. But when you make the commitment, that is it. So by the time you get through that first year, if you want to have any type of future in trading, You need to make that commitment to yourself to say, I'm done with this crap. Okay? I built a plan, I broke the plan. I built a plan, I broke the plan. It's time to stop. By that first year and a half mark, you should have a relatively solid plan, and you should be at a point where you're ready to follow it. Okay? Despite all this stuff, cheating on your plan still never works. Again, you're not married to it the first year. You're not expected. The expectations are nothing. You're supposed to break even your first year. So again, you step out on your girlfriend, oh, well, she breaks up with you, and maybe it was a mistake, maybe it wasn't, but you weren't married. You didn't have kids. There wasn't a whole lot there. But after that, there's a lot at stake. So you got to ask yourself, are you going to honor your commitment or not? Are you going to honor your commitment or not? Because at the end of the day, a trading plan is like a wife. It's never wrong. Even when it is, it's just best to sit there and take it. Yes, dear, I understand. Go for a walk. You're about to get out of that trade too soon. Go for a walk. You're about to explode, and you know it's nothing good's going to come of it. Go for a walk. Okay? Trust me, you don't want to talk back to your plan. You most definitely do not want to step out on your plan, because if you cheat on your plan, you will regret it. You may have some short-term pleasure, but you will have long-term pain. And I promise you the pain will be a lot worse than the pleasure you got for that one trade or that one night or that one whatever. Okay? It's a deadly serious topic because most people end up quitting trading because they didn't follow their plan. They did something stupid. They didn't take a stop loss. They sold trades too soon. They risked too much too soon. They didn't follow the rules they set down on paper. Or they just never had rules, which means you don't really have a commitment. You can't expect much there. Right? Where's the reciprocation there? There's no commitment. Market's not going to pay you because, well, you're not committing to it. So I want you to really give that some thought. What's it mean to you? How bad do you want it? Are you willing to commit? Do you have the integrity to stand there when a stock like PLTR, assuming it's in your plan, goes 3 cents from target and then stops you out? I mean, the pain and frustration is immense. It's massive. It's when you come home from work and your 4-year-old has taken a rock to the side of your wife's brand new 3-month-old car and went Picasso on it. But she's not Picasso. It's not like Basquiat writing on a basketball or something. That's immense frustration. Oh, well, you deal with it. It's part of the commitment you took when you got married and had kids. Having a trade go a penny or 2 or 3 from target and then stop you out, it's the commitment you made to your trading plan when you said, I am doing all or nothing. If you don't think you can do all or nothing, have a different management strategy in your trading plan. But whatever that strategy is, you commit to it. If not, what are you doing? What are you here for? Give it some thought. Think about it. Because I promise you, you'll regret it. All right. So I hope you guys learned a little bit about why it's important to follow your trading plan, how expensive it can be to break your trading plan. And I think it's a topic that applies to almost every single trader that's ever lived. Whether you did it 1 time or 1,000 times, everyone has broken their trading plan at some point. Every single person. Okay? So it just depends. Will you continue to do that? Or will you make the necessary corrections? Will you commit to doing the right thing so that you can move forward in your life? And I think trading in general is not as bad as people think it is. It's not as hard as people think it is when it comes to making money. It's just the commitment there is a challenge. Right? Once you can get over that hump, it will become a lot easier. Right? People, places, and things, right? Put yourself in a position to where you're not tempted to break your plan, where you're not tempted to step out on your spouse. Do those things, okay? And it'll be a lot easier for you. All right, so hope you guys learned a little bit about following your trading plan, how expensive it absolutely can be. Hopefully you guys will go back and take a look at whether when you broke your plan, whether it paid off or not. In fact, it would be a really good idea to put a column in your tracking spreadsheet, a plus or minus column, okay, for where you are against your trading plan at the end of the month. Did you beat your plan? Were you behind your plan? If you beat your plan, it means you broke your plan. If you're behind your plan, it means you broke your plan. Okay, so you want to be within 5 or 10% of what the number is every single month. We're not perfect. You'll make a couple mistakes, but it's the big mistakes you want to stay away from. All right, I'm Jared Wesley of Live Traders. We'll get back at it again next week.